Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going to that horrible world known as the JRC, but first, the usual disclaimers. First of all, huzzah! The air conditioner is fixed, thank God. All right. You're going to see the link to the article the JRC does not want you to see, written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, over which they are threatening them with a defamation lawsuit right there in the description box. And because they are threatening defamation lawsuit, please be petty with me and send it out on all your social media. We also have their public statement in regards to that threat from the JRC, and down at the bottom of the description box, we have their GoFundMe because we are crowdfunding them in case the JRC decides to have the balls to actually see through with their threat. We have their blah, blah, blah. We also have the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we talk about the JRC, folks, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please go ahead and use your headphones, all right? Okay, we are... Bleh. It's morning. I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off because I got a dentist appointment to get the other half of my mouth shot up to hell with Avocaine or whatever the hell they're calling it these days, and to get the other half of my mouth cleaned and decalcified. So if I stumble over my words, apologies in advance, and we're going to cut this extremely short so I can actually, gurgle down my breakfast, my protein shake, and not be a shaky mess by the time they pump drugs into me, okay? So where we left off yesterday, the June report incorrectly states that the JRC disproportionately uses level 3 interventions with higher functioning students from New York. You shouldn't be using it on any of your students, but that point goes over JRC's heads entirely. Currently, of the 161 students from New York, 44 are lower functioning school-aged, 36 are high-functioning school-aged, and 15 are low-functioning adults. Functioning labels are bullshit, folks, and if you want me to explain the logic real quick so we can cut it short here, functioning levels are bullshits because functioning levels fluctuate. Particularly during autistic burnout, where even I, yes, even I, can test as part of the lowest part of the denominator. It fluctuates, folks, which makes these functioning labels obsolete and useless. There are times, especially during burnout, where I will even be non-verbal, okay? It's garbage. Just saying. The percentage of GED-treated New York school-age students who are in higher functioning category is 45%, which is actually lower than the percentage of the same group in 1999, 67%, as the following table shows. I'm not going to go over that, JRC. Here's what I want to talk about. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short this morning. First of all, know this, JRC. Functioning levels are garbage. It's bad medicine. It's bad medicine because functioning levels fluctuate. Anybody who's worked in the realm of disabilities and has worked one-on-one with consumers or even has been on visitation time knows it's garbage because it fluctuates from day to day, from situation to situation. Now, you do have base levels when it comes to autism. That's what I like to call it, base levels. One that would be set that is that particular person's normal, okay? You have some folks who are nonverbal. They've always been nonverbal. I'm not disparaging that. But I'm just saying to not take into consideration that functioning levels fluctuate is irresponsible. Completely and utterly irresponsible. I just kind of wanted to really get that out there and nail that home. It's bad medicine, and it denies supports to quote unquote those who have been labeled as high functioning should they decline and regress due to burnout. I know, I went through it. It's fucking hell, okay? They use those levels to deny services to people who very desperately need them. They used it to deny me services, to kick me out of the program when I was in my 20s and I needed them the fucking most. I might have not ended up in that narc relationship, which makes me relate to JD so much, had I had the services still in place and not yanked from me, and had I not been put in such a vulnerable position in the first goddamn place. A second problem wrong. Why is it do they think that putting people who are quote unquote, to use their words, low functioning and nonverbal on shocks and expect that to be less horrifying? It's actually more horrifying because it's something abusers like to do. When you pick on the children that can't fight back, when you pick on the children who can't go and get help and tell someone what the hell is going on, the only way that they have to communicate the horror that they are enduring every single day is through behaviors. And when they use those behaviors, as I said, behavior is communication, folks. Behavior is communication. If they are going to the JRC and they are flipping their shit during home visits, the idea is not to continue to torture, but to find out what the fuck is going on because they're trying to tell you something. Okay? The fact that they pick on the nonverbal specifically is horrifying because they have a harder time trying to communicate to the neurotypical parents what is going on, what is happening to them, what is being done to them. Okay? So JRC, that's not the defense you think it is. And I'm going to close out on that. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. And the few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. Do appreciate your time this morning. Wish me luck. And as always, we here at Smelling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.